Hi guys, you know why I'm here. Apparently, recently my dating life has come under public scrutiny. So I want to get something straight. At least I'm not picking a bear. Okay, all jokes aside, I know that my content is public and with that comes discourse. But I want to tell you a secret. I don't know about you, but I'm actually tired of this whole men versus women narrative because it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that polarization equals monetization. Divide and conquer is the name of the game, and social media is where that game is played. When I made that video that Anton Daniels reacted to, I wasn't playing a game. Like many of the men in the comment section of Mr. Daniels' video, I too have loved and I've lost, but unlike Mr. Daniels, I don't believe that the solution to heartbreak is being heartless. That being said, you are allowed to date when you are single, aka having a roster.
Bitch, nobody can stop me.
And I think it's so important to remember that rejection is just redirection. The assumption that any deception took place in the relationships that I described in that video is completely false. It's fiction. If you want to make up a story, write a book. Let's be for real. Sometimes we get dumped, sometimes we do the dumping, sometimes things just fizzle out. Humans experiencing dissatisfaction is nothing new. However, as society progresses towards human rights and with the invention of the internet, many of us have the privilege of expressing our frustrations with each other publicly. Online. In addition to dating coaches and red pill, blue pill dealers that sell us narratives to help us avoid the truth. And the truth is, we are so much more than feminine or masculine. We are all human beings. It is our nature to be in the pursuit of happiness, and the world that we live in doesn't necessarily make that easy for most of us. I think we can all agree that we want to be cared for, appreciated, respected, and loved. They say it's better to have loved than never have loved at all. And I guess with risk comes reward, but I think true reward doesn't depend on needing something or someone or being needed. And how dense, irresponsible, naive it is to blame social media as being the cause for the divide between men and women rather than the media itself. Traditional this, modern that, dating structures that are pushed online, make the most money, get the most views, are the most toxic. You and I both know that money does not guarantee happiness, and it's 2024. What a time to be alive. Or we can all decide for ourselves if we want each other instead of being forced to need each other. Finally get to choose people with whom the love, respect, and loyalty is mutual.
Is somebody gonna match my freak?
Instead of settling for lies, dishonesty, or side chicks. I understand fandom, but nobody is here to save us. Not these YouTubers, not these dating coaches, not these gurus who demand money in exchange for ideologies that only lead us to cheat each other, thus cheating ourselves. The art of compassion, self-respect, and discernment cannot be bought, especially by anyone who tells you not to feel, not to get attached. If anything, our world shows us that we are too detached, too desensitized to the suffering and plight of others, leading us to believe that narratives that serve our own selfish desires are fact, when they're only based off opinion rather than evidence, data, proof. Despite the advances of human civilization, technology has not made us any kinder, smarter, or wiser. Enough to check our own egos, enough to understand that gender, race, class does not retract our unalienable rights. Our self-worth is not based on our ability to coerce, fearmonger, or force anyone into submission. We not own each other, we are not entitled to each other. Those who fear attachment simply lack the emotional regulation skills to detach without chaos. They say history repeats itself, and we allow it to when we jump to conclusions and make assumptions about others, about ourselves, about love, about life. When we prioritize those who serve us, don't challenge us, and give us what we want when we want it, instead of asking questions, understanding each other's grievances, struggles, when we believe that those who profit off of dividing us have our best interest in mind. Desire and ignorance lie at the root of all suffering. And in closing, when you learn to look within and process whatever pain you harbor in your spirit that has led so many of these men to leave such hurtful comments about me under Mr. Daniels' video, then we will be one step closer to being less jaded, and Mr. Daniels will be out of a job. Partnership is a privilege, just like two working legs, just like two working arms. Life isn't fair. So from here on out, let's try to be a little more fair to each other. Thanks, guys.